What's happening, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We are excited to bring Sunday Group 3, Session 3 to you, courtesy of Roleplaying Unlimited. I, of course, am your host, Tragically HP, coming to you live from the 100th Meridian, where the Great Plains began, driving down a corduroy road. Let's get into the game right here and scoot back a little bit so it's not like so much of this going on. I do lean forward a lot because I'm too lazy to wear my glasses, or better yet, to get a new prescription that is more fitting. Hope you're all having a good day so far, and let's check out what's happening in the open table chat, and hope everybody here is having a good morning as well.
Hello.
Howdy! What's going on, strangers?
Oh, we're just discussing Mass's backstory of being a tiefling killer.
Oh yes, that's right. The Butcher of Bakersfield.
Excuse me?
Did you not see the running? The running man, the Butcher of Bakersfield. He was actually innocent, but they framed him. They used computer technology.
I'm still trying to figure out how I have an initiative of 2.
Welcome to the show. How's it going? Welcome, Fane. Welcome, Daniel. It's good to have another Daniel at the table.
Because that's not going to get confusing.
Oh, not at all. Just call me HP.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and he's also got a character name, and if he's with us for the long haul, he will have many character names over many campaigns, so we will all get to know each other. Kendrick Fane appears to be the case, and to answer your question, your initiative value of 2. Let me fix that real quick here. If your character sheet is moving around on you, it's because I'm doing stuff. There we go. So your initiative value is 2 because your dexterity modifier is a 2, and the 0.15 thereafter is your dexterity attribute of 15. Used in case we have a tiebreaker for initiative, we'll use that 15 to determine whether you go before or after somebody who rolls the same as you. And back here to our game here. Well, let's just welcome everybody. We didn't say hello to everybody, especially Emma, Sarsarif, Connie. Welcome back. So glad to have you here.
Right. I totally spaced out for a minute. My dex is a 2, so that's why my initiative is a 2 as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Likewise, Exia, always good to see you there, buddy. Diego, how's it going?
I'm all great. Diego hasn't talked since he's joined.
Is Diego playing in the other game at the same time as us, and he's going to get things confused and start searching for treasure in an area where treasure doesn't exist? We caught you last time, you know. You!
I don't even think he's in Roll20, though.
I do not see him in the Roll20 yet, so maybe he's just, like, on the Discord chat on his phone, and maybe he's, like, en route to the gaming location. Who knows? Oh yeah, laugh at me. That's how it is. Alright. And Jenny, welcome back. Session 2. Hello.
Hello, I'm glad to be back.
Yes, indeed. And when we last left our adventures a couple weeks ago... What the fuck is that sound? Sorry. I shouldn't be able to hear anything over the music in the headset, and yet I do, so that's disturbing. When last we left our group a couple of weeks ago, we had concluded with saving the wool off for our good farmer Grumbo and his competitor slash acquaintance Francisco. And after celebrating our hard-earned gains... We were then met by a dwarven lady by the name of Rock, R-O-C, who tasked us with protecting her caravan full of fresh limes and bags of coffee, some of which might have a little THC inside of it, and other valuable cargo. And as your group was given a fair offer, which you then, I believe, negotiated to an even higher level, we took off from there and began escorting the caravan. And a couple of days into that protection duty, we were greeted by a shadowy being from overhead, which turned out to be an adult blue dragon. And that has caused a bit of chaos in our caravan here, as camels have scattered. Some of the workers, not necessarily the guards that are here with you, are also kind of in a state of fear and kind of scattering around. Sorry, I'm chatting here real quick, just giving the recap. But as it is, I know a lot of our group have rolled their saving throws, and that's going to be buried a bit up here in the chat, as we have a lot of... Oh, it's actually buried up even higher because it's over the G4 stuff. So I'm not entirely certain which of us made our saves, which of us failed our saves. But the point being, from this stage, what do we want to do? Our dwarven taskmaster, Rock, is notably frightened, but she is also very quick to point out that this is your job. This is why I hired you. The camels are escaping. Help!
I failed, so I'm frightened.
Yeah, anybody who failed is unable to move willingly closer to the dragon. And likewise, many of your rolls will be at disadvantage while the dragon is within your line of sight. It's unclear at this point what the dragon's purpose is, as it definitely kind of just lazed over your caravan and caused this chaos. But at the same time, it doesn't look like it's about to do an about face and just incinerate you all with its lightning breath. It just kind of looks like, holy shit, there's a dragon. What's it doing? Is it coming back here? I hope not. Maybe we hope it is. I don't know. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's interested in any of you.
First off, I don't know if I actually failed the roll or not. So I don't know if Mix is spooked or not at the moment. Also, I'm looking at the roll 20, and I'm currently seeing the party for what I'm assuming is the G4 campaign, or not G3 even.
Exactly, yeah, well, because G4 plays after you, so all of the last G3 activity will be buried well above that, so... I don't think we had... When we're on the wrong map here, even. Here we go.
That would be why I couldn't see my character.
Yep. So here we go. Somebody had created some notes on here. Very nice. In these instances, when we're kind of just doing overland travel, we can always just kind of put an icon on our character, to use Amaya here as an example, since she said she was frightened. Click the token, click the little circle that opens up on the bottom of it, and you will open the icons menu. There's a lot of them. No need to know what all of them mean. Something that kind of works for the condition, like this one right here, this is frightened. So instances like that will help us, especially if we're ending a session and then 2 weeks later picking it back up, and certain conditions, hit point values, what have you, are in effect.
I'm gonna definitely ask for more gold from this.
Are these all the new players? Where's my character? Sorry about that. Yes, we are terribly mysterious. G4's not even using this page right now. They have their own dedicated game page because it was just too clustered to try to combine it with everything I have going on with G3 here. But first and foremost, I know Fane was trying to talk there while we were going through the exposition. First off, just welcome to the table. And I'm going to take a look-see at your character sheet. And while we're doing that, let's also, while we're kind of individually and collectively plotting our course ahead here, let's go through our character introductions so that our new player has an idea of who he's about to meet, and vice versa when we get around to his introduction. And I think just going down this list right here, we're going to start with Boomkin.
Okay, so I am a tiefling druid. I am chaotic evil. So, you know, anything goes, really. My parents were killed. Don't know who they were. We all now think it's Mass because he's a tiefling murderer. But yeah, so basically, I'm a bit of a loner, and you know, these people just kind of came along and came around, and I was just like, oh, okay, there's new people. I guess we're just gonna follow along and see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much Boomkin.
So, I mean, if I'm understanding correctly, your backstory is basically. And then, after last week's revelation,
You suck, you jackass!
Maybe.
not
Yeah,
to put too
maybe.
fine a point on it. And speaking of, you suck! You frickin' butcher of Bakersfield, you.
I kind of missed the part where, is everyone doing introductions? Because I couldn't hear anyone really speaking. The only person I heard was the last person talking.
She was the first one going through her character introduction. Yeah, we're doing that for your benefit here, so you kind of know who the party is, and then once they're all done, we'll have you do the same.
I texted it once and I'll say it again. You kill a couple hundred tieflings while under mind control, and suddenly you're the tiefling murderer.
Yeah, that's a couple hundred is more than just like one or two.
Well, anyways, I am Mass 44, a Warforged monk who, every time he levels up, he is an amnesiac. He doesn't remember his past, but he does seem to be regaining memories as he levels up. So and the first memory he regained was that while under the mind control of a man known as the Baron, he was ordered to kill several hundred tieflings in what was known as the Tiefling Massacre. And now that he's leveled up again, he'll ever gain a new memory. Although that memory is going to have to wait, considering that right now we're currently dealing with a giant frick-off dragon.
Diego, is your mic still not working for you? Testing.
Check, check. Can you guys hear me now?
We can. Hello.
Oh, thank God.
Woohoo!
I've been saying good
I
morning
can
to
hear you.
everybody, and fuck, everyone ignored me. I was like, "Ah." It's my fault. I changed my toggle button from the insert to the control button, and it just went haywire.
Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I mean, at least you know we're not ignoring you
Very true.
intentionally.
Don goes through that issue almost on a weekly basis, which we just find incredibly ironic considering he's been playing Roll20 with us for 8 years now. We'll play for like a half an hour, and then he'll just be like, can nobody hear me? And we're like, yeah, we haven't heard you the whole time. He's like, I don't understand. Well, I don't know. It happens to you every freaking few weeks or so. Should kind of figure out the solve by now, buddy.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Everyone
Yes,
please
indeed.
continue.
And just one extra little bit that I do not usually do, or that I forgot to do here. This is Boomkin. Woohoo! Don't get on her bad side. She might stick her friend's flesh carpet on you.
Oh yeah.
And Moss 44. Nobody give him a hand because he's got plenty. Womp womp.
Now that he's level 3, the picture finally makes sense.
Yeah! And we're gonna move on to Rog. Rog Stonehead. And tell us a bit about yourself there, buddy.
Well, Rog's a barbarian. He got exiled from his family for doing good things. And he says he's the smartest one in the group, but he doesn't really think so. But as long as you got grog in your hand and some to share, you got a friend in grog any day.
Love it, love it.
I imagine Rog probably doesn't trust Mass either, not because of the tiefling killing, but because since Mass doesn't need to eat or drink, he doesn't drink ale.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
I think we should amend that and make today's session's purpose to get Moss 44 some coat. Some
The
coat
only people
45.
Here is Tragic Mistress and Curios. I don't know if anyone else was talking.
Wow, you don't even hear me? I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but it's kind of imperative.
Yeah, kind of need to hear the DM talking.
I guess I can
Yeah,
just...
I don't hear the DM talking. That's why I was confused.
Alright, I'll speak entirely in soundboard then. Your first play will be...
I don't believe I heard you correctly.
Arlie Ermy can do all my fucking talking for me. If somebody brings me some breakfast... Just...
A jelly donut?
I mean, yeah, I got everything ready. Since he can't hear me, whoever it is he can hear, I guess Kyrios and Sarah here, if he can back out of the chat and jump back in. I don't know if he tried that already.
Have you tried jumping out the chat and jumping back in, Thane?
That's what I did. That's what worked for me. Took 2 tries, but it worked.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Check 1, check 2, sibilance.
I can hear you now.
Woohoo!
Okay,
Well,
there we
okay. Well, at least the first 2 people that you heard were the first 2 who went through their character introductions. I guess you did miss a little bit of Rog's intro here. Primarily, you want to give us another brief recap there, if you don't mind, buddy?
Well, Grog's a barbarian. He got exiled from his family for doing good things. He says he's the smartest one in the group, but he doesn't think so. As long as you got grog in your hand and something to share, you got a friend in grog any day.
Love it.
Good old Rog.
Absolutely. And Cyrano, tell us a bit about yourself, if you would, you handsome devil.
Cyrano is a swords bard. He speaks with a French accent. He's like a handsome devil. He's like a seducer, and he plays music and drinks wine. And he used to be like a musketeer, like a king's guard. But then the king was killed, and now he's a disgraced, drinking, failed musketeer, kind of like that kind of thing.
Oh.
I love how every time we introduce characters, we hear something just slightly different each time.
Oh, for sure. We're
like
learning.
A new snippet of information.
Yep. That's part of the beauty of
Actually,
D&D is you
I
kind of
wasn't
discover.
finished his backstory before. Now I've got a better head on who he is.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
And Cyrano also farms in your general direction.
Oh!
That is right.
This is so rude. And joining us for the second time here, she joined in during the tail end of the Wolof here, but Jenny playing Amaya.
Hello, hello. I am Amaya Salvatore, a half-elf rogue. Basically, I grew up as a noble, but I just wanted adventure, so that's where I became a rogue. I also joined the Harpers, and yeah, I'm here partying with these guys and kind of keeping an eye on Mass 44 and who the person that I guess had him under control, who that person is.
Alrighty. And welcome back, Emma. Are you on voice chat with us?
She was.
Okay, I should be. Can you hear me?
Hey, hey!
Hey, sorry, I'm using my other half's computer and it's a Mac. I'm not Mac savvy.
Welcome back.
Uh,
Happy to have you here.
Oh, so happy to be back. Yeah, so basically, I'm Connie. I am a tiefling druid. Shocker, we have two. Basically, Connie is a bit of an outsider. Generally good, neutral, kind of just wants people to be nice to each other and get along. Bit of an outsider. Spent a few years alone in the woods due to some trauma in her past, which hasn't actually come to light yet within the party. But let's just say it may actually line up with some of Maz's revelations.
Man. It's about to get all stupid up in here! And, let's see, Fane. I went through some of my token library, and I wanted to double check. How's this look for you?
That's fine for now. I mean,
Fantastic.
I can send you my character art if you want to upload it.
Oh, for sure, especially if you've got something that's, like, put into a token size, for sure. I can easily upload that to my Roll20 library, and that will match up perfectly for you. At least for now, we'll have a placeholder that is, in fact, something representative of what you're playing. But why don't you tell us a bit about your character, who they can expect to encounter here in the very near future?
So Kendrick Fane is a sailor. He is an Air Genasi monk. He's got blue skin and almost like tattoos that seem to shift and move on his skin. He wears robes of red and brown, and he carries two kusagamas in his sheath, in his pockets on his robes, and his hair keeps on flowing in the wind that seems to persist around him.
Very cool. And let's get you actually started off here with a wisdom saving throw there, Fane, and we'll see what your response is to the blue dragon that is in your proximity.
Real quick, I just want to say when Fane mentioned that Kendrick has like moving tattoos, I immediately thought of Maui from Moana.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Oh man, I think the group is Tevaka, who did the soundtrack for Moana, and a friend of mine had seen them on a cruise like 5-6 years before that movie ever was released, and bought one of their CDs, and it was just like such a freaking groovy sound, especially as somebody who comes from Hawaii, like I do. And when he introduced me to that movie Moana and told me that they did the soundtrack for it, I was like, whoa! Pretty cool how small of a world it is.
I remember me and my mom and my sister were watching the movie, and at the time, my mom and my sister had some edibles, and so my sister was listening, and we got to one of the parts where the people were singing in a different language or whatever, and my sister was, and because of my sister was so high, she was like, "Are they speaking another language?"
Oh, jeez. I like.
My mom was honest with her and said, yes, they are, but after the fact, she did say that he kind of regrets not trying to mess with my sister, being like, no, they're speaking English. We can hear them perfectly fine. What the heck are you on about?
I have to point out, too, how funny it is that Rosie's character Pix from G4 is just kind of hanging out here on your page, like, snooping on, what are these guys up to? I don't know how she ended up here, but she's on your page. Alright, so in-game now, to expedite the introduction of one Kendrick Fane, you have likewise been hired as a caravan guard for this particular journey, just separately from the rest of the group. Whether you were hired before or after, kind of irrelevant. But you are here on the scene helping traverse these valuable fruits, vegetables, coffee grounds from one city to another, when suddenly this blue dragon appears from overhead and scares the bejesus out of a good chunk of your group here. And Emma, actually, if you would roll a wisdom save for me as well. Kendrick just kind of looks up, he's like, huh, haven't seen a blue dragon in a few days. You're actually fine, no fright whatsoever. Emma, as Connie, is definitely a bit shaken. So, again, what that means mechanically is if you had the ability to somehow walk into the air closer to the dragon, you cannot willingly move closer to the dragon if you're frightened. And, likewise, any rolls that you make while it's within line of sight are going to be at disadvantage. For Boomkin, Cyrano, and Kendrick, let's just kind of scoot the party members into I'm a scared and what are you guys so scared of groupings here. There we go. So what's our play here? We do see camels scattering off into the distance at a very fast rate of speed. Some of our workers likewise are scattering. In the process, one of the wagons has been upended and supplies have spilt out, so it's a bit of a chaos here.
Can I try to figure out what it is that the dragon is doing or what it wants?
You certainly can. I would say roll an insight for that.
Max is gonna look at the dragon and be like, oh no, another one.
Another one. So, insight-wise, it does appear that this dragon is it's just kind of a matter of happenstance that it's here. Maybe it's interested in some camel meat, and the number of camels that are in this caravan, there's like 7 or 8 of them. Could make a nice little meal for an adult-sized dragon. That might be its primary purpose here, but even after the dragon has scared everything away, it's not like directly pursuing any of the camels. It's just kind of like it's doing its business and shit's happening below it, and it's just like whatever.
So how far away is the dragon from the party?
At this point, it flew just about 50 feet overhead. And after it has gone past you, I'd say it's still just about 45, 50 feet high and maybe about 50, 60 feet out. So still relatively close.
Okay, well, I'm going to pick up all the stuff that fell out of the wagon. Try and, like, salvage some of these supplies.
Alrighty. I would say just roll a flat D20 for that, Sarah.
Okay, because I feel like we need them to get paid.
Sure.
Very innocently, while all this is going on, Connie is going to cast Converse with Dragon.
Oh, God.
Since I'm frightened, I'm just gonna kind of be like scared, shaking in my boots.
After Mass says what he just said, you're just gonna see like a black puddle form underneath Mass's feet as he just stands there frozen in fear.
That's hilarious.
He's leaking. Connie, if you would post that spell to the chat log, please. Have a look-see at it. There it is. 1 action, verbal component. Within 120 feet. Yep.
Oh wow, I've never seen that ability before. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I thought I chose that on mine, but clearly I did not because it's not there.
There's a ton of new spells with all of the Kobold Press books I added to Roll20, so in between sessions, definitely take opportunities to explore the compendiums and see potential future upgrades.
Think you say that. Do you think maybe later you could like put down the names of the books that you're talking about somewhere to see if I can find physical copies of them? Because I like to have physical copies of these source books.
I can. I know the big one for Kobold Press is Tome of Heroes, but I think I also added Deep Magic and at least 2 or 3 more. I'll go back through my marketplace purchases and type them out for you, though.
Thank you.
For sure. You might need to remind me once or twice as well, because over the next hour or so, that little bit of information is likely to escape my head in the midst of all this. So, 420 brain. I think I will have this dragon not roll a charisma saving throw, but at the same time, what are you trying to converse to it?
So obviously, I'm a little bit nervous of this dragon. I'm not quite sure what's going on, so I'm not going to be too confident when I'm speaking to it. I'm just going to sort of say, "Hi, just checking that we're not like in your way or doing anything that's kind of interfering with your day. If you need us to kind of do anything, that'd be great. But we just want to kind of go about our business, carry on as we are, if that's okay with you. Thanks."
Roll a persuasion check, please.
Roll high. Roll high.
Give me 2 seconds.
Get high, get high. Yes, sir. Can do that. And I was gonna roll my persuasion, but then I got high. Now I'm getting burned alive, and I know why.
16's not bad. 16's not bad.
Yeah, but it's a disadvantage because she's scared.
Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah.
Can anyone help her?
They would have to likewise be able to speak with the dragon in game if they wanted to provide a help action. Otherwise, mechanically, if somebody had an inspiration sitting around that they wanted to gift to Connie, then she could certainly use the left roll, which would be the default roll in this case, or roll again entirely and hope for something better. Or
Connie's
we keep
just
it.
stood there sweating at the minute. Like,
Does anybody have inspiration?
I have a question. Does Draconic?
Yeah, I think we gained inspiration last game.
Oh, where's that? Oh, I see it.
Draconic does count as the language of dragons.
Can I use can I help her in that then? I could use Psychic Whispers.
Oh, what's that? So many
So it
spells I'm
says,
unfamiliar with.
Telepathic communication up to 2 people or 2 beings. And then I have to roll a 1d6 to determine the number of hours. Oh, never mind. It has to be within 1 mile, so I don't think I could. He's far, right? Or the dragon is.
Oh, it's definitely within a mile. It's only like 100 or so feet away from you.
Okay.
Feel free. Go ahead, post that spell up to the chat log, though. Let me take a look-see at it. La-di-da-di-da. Whoa, that's a big one. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's towards the end.
Oh, it's a class ability. Psychic Whispers. There it is. 1 mile. Okay, and then conversing that. Alright, the only, I guess, hiccup in all of this is both of you are using separate telepathic avenues to communicate with this dragon. So you don't necessarily know what she has said to the dragon. So you can certainly activate this ability and attempt to communicate with the dragon as you will. I guess just in the same respect as what I asked Connie. What is Amaya attempting to converse to this thing?
I guess I would say, please, dragon, please ignore us. We're just passing by. We don't mean to interrupt anything you're doing or cause you any harm. Just please let us pass by.
Alright. Well, let's just check on this bad boy. Just a reminder, if you're gaming, turn on the Twitch stream in the background. Get yourself those Beskars while you're with us anyway. That.
I was gonna say I haven't gained any Beskar bucks since I started up the stream, but I just looked and I went from having 4610 to 4622.
Oh boy. Well, looky what we have here.
We have a few people crashing PCs at the moment.
Is that what's happening? Oh yeah, holy crap.
Yeah, Exia's PC just turned itself off, and Diego's has crashed, so he's got to restart.
Good gracious bodacious.
I should probably tell you, HP. So right now it's like 1:49 where I am. My mom and I are planning on going to dinner with a friend of ours later tonight, and my mom wants me to get ready at 4 o'clock. So right now, like I said, it's like 1:49 my time. So once 4 o'clock rolls around, I have to get going. So
Sure thing. Sure. Oh yeah, that should be right about when we're closing down, I think. So that works out perfectly. But even if not, totally what you got to do. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, I figured that wouldn't be a problem given how long these sessions usually take, but I figured I'd let you know just in case.
For sure. I appreciate it. Well, for those who can communicate with the dragon, what you receive back telepathically, and all of you, with your eyes, you can see the dragon's head literally turn around to look down at your caravan, and it kind of starts to do a banking turn like it's coming back.
Oh, shit.
I'm in danger! I'm in danger!
Whoa! And for Connie and Amaya, you hear a guttural draconic laughter in your head, and almost the equivalent of just pfft. And as it does that and kind of continues looking down at your caravan, it rights its head back in the direction it was going, its body then follows suit, and the dragon continues flying away.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, really.
We don't have this sound clip on the soundboard, but my immediate thought was, you done fucked up now!
Yeah, this would suck.
I'm in danger!
This would suck for any of your party to take right there. Because just as an example, blah, take that! Ow! Okay, I'm dead.
Yeah, that's a lucky escape.
So dragons flying off. Did I manage to pick up any of the stuff that was flying out of the caravan?
You have started gathering things. It's a bit slow going. You rolled an 11, as I recall, so some of the items... you're unfamiliar with, so it's kind of like, does this go over here? Does this go over here? Rock is very meticulous and organized, so while she's shouting out directions like, no, this goes here, this goes over here, she's also continuing to reiterate that the camels are escaping, and they're just like plumes of dust in the dunes now at this point. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be perhaps a bit of a trek to recapture them, as this caravan's not going anywhere without them.
Okay, well then I just drop all the stuff on the floor and like start chasing a camel.
And of course, you can do no right by Rock at this point. 'Cause she's terrified and she's panicked and she's like, all right, this person's helping me move this. No, don't drop it. Where are you going? Even though literally she just said go after the camels. Like, she's just completely frazzled. But as you do begin pursuing the camels, what is everyone else doing?
Real quick, I'd just like to say, in the offshoot universe where the dragon just fired his lightning breath at us, given that Mass is made of both metal and wood, I just imagine half of Mass's body gets supercharged with electric power, while the other half of his body catches on fire.
Diego said he's going to chase after the camels as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm
help
guessing
with
he's
that.
not working.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna help round up the camels too.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my movement speed, my 40-foot movement speed with a dash, to try to cut off one of the camels, to sort of just redirect it back to the caravan.
Gotcha. Yeah, you are finding that your movement of 40 with a dash, the camel is getting a 50 with its own dash. And it's outpacing you still, even just a little bit. You are outpacing much of the rest of the group, though, at this point. It's just these camels are on the run, and who knows how long it's going to be. Is anybody... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, DM. Are they all running in the same direction, or are they all scattering?
More or less. They all kind of seem in the same direction. Some of them are maybe like anywhere from 60 to 100 feet separated from the others, but they all ran off like in a west-northwest kind of direction.
Okay, Diego says he casts Long Strider to run faster.
That's a good spell. Oh, is he not in?
Away?
Is he not in Roll20? Oh, geez, he's in Discord. I'm like, where is he typing this?
Yeah, he's typing in Discord. Luckily, it just like pops up in above my screen, so I can kind of just like glance it quickly.
Right. Yep. Thank you. All right.
So I have a rope. Can I like make a lasso and try and like catch one of the camels?
How far away are
exactly my
they?
I'm sorry. The camels are farther away than the dragon at this point.
Wait, is there any way? I do have rope too. Can I shoot the rope with my arrow and cause them all to trip?
What's the range on your bow?
Give me 1 second.
Real quick, I'd like to say that while all this is going on, once Max snaps out of his fear-induced proverbial pants shitting, he's gonna help Rock pick up all the supplies that's strewn about the place.
Oops, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong thing. But I don't know how far it could go.
It's showing right there. The 8320 is 80 feet is your normal range, and then 320 is your maximum range.
Okay.
Any attacks that you roll that are between 80 and 320 are made with disadvantage, as would be the case here.
Question.
Yes.
I have no access to the compendium.
Roll20, what are you doing to us? We already had the snafu on Wednesday.
A spell, and I'm like trying to type it in, and I'm just like, what? Why is it telling me I've got no access to the compendium?
That's incredibly strange because the compendium is totally shared with this game page.
At least we're not having the same snafu we had on Wednesday. Thank God.
For sure. I mean, we're able to game, just a bit clunky.
So I have an. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So I have an idea that might be a little chaotic.
Yes.
I'm going to use my rope to throw a lasso around the camel, and I'm going to cast Levitate on the camel.
What is our range on a rope? I feel like what we're kind of missing in translation here is the distance between us and the camels. Like, even with our increased speed via monk abilities, barbarian abilities, long strider abilities, we're getting 10 extra feet on top of our 30, so we're running 40. The camels are running 50. And they already had a couple rounds to get away while we were all kind of like, oh god, shit, it's a dragon!
So they're like 100 feet away and still going.
Exactly.
So, well, I'm just going to go back to picking up the stuff from the caravan then. The camels are long gone now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell I can't remember what the lady's name is now. What was her name?
Rock.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell Rock that yeah, unfortunately your camels they kind of got away from us, but I help you pick all this stuff up, and I'm sure we can find a way to get the caravan going again.
Oh, what a day this has turned out to be. She laments. Oh, they can't run forever. They will eventually come to a stop somewhere. Maybe just follow their trail until you catch up to them.
Are you sure you don't want us to like pick all this stuff up and at least try and get it to where we're going?
It does require resetting and regathering all the supplies, but I don't see how we can collectively move the wagons. It would be such a strain on all of us.
Okay, I mean there's 7 of us, so...
Yes, but it takes 7 camels to move the caravan, and they are bred for such activities.
Okay, fine, Rock, I'll just leave your stuff all over the floor, then I'll go chase after your camels.
While Mass is trying to help pick up all this stuff, he will say that he'll like, perhaps maybe I could try pulling the caravan in the camel's absence.
I would still say with the caravan, that way no danger comes to it.
So Connie's stood and she's trying to do some maths in her head currently. And I'm thinking, so the camels are 100 feet away, and I can move 30 feet. So I'm gonna try and can movement be a bonus action, or is movement classed as my action?
Your movement, you get your move action, and then you can also spend an action to do a dash, effectively double move. If you're a rogue, you can also use your bonus action to dash.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my action is gonna be to cast Entangle, but before I do that, I want to move as far as I can towards where the camels are already. So that's my 30 feet movement, and then Entangle is 90 feet range.
$90-footer. Okay.
And obviously I'm going for like the real meat of where the most camels are.
Oops, that's wrong.
real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and take that frightened icon off of me, seeing as how the dragon is now gone.
Yes, it's still in line of sight for many of you, but it's rapidly moving into the distance, and by this point, I would say a full minute has passed, which also causes the frightened effect to expire of its own.
Serrano is still chasing after the camels.
Cool. Cyrano's chasing, Boom. And that's funny, it looks like Boom Kirk from over here. Boomkin Scooch is, she was first in pursuit, and then comes back to check in with Rock, and then resumes pursuit. Is Rog pursuing as well, or what are you doing, buddy? Oh shit, we lost Axiata. That's right. His PC turned off. He's texting us right here, though, so. And how about you, Connie? Are you chasing the camels? I know you're casting the Entangle spell, and finding that as you're about to expend the spell slot, damn, they're too far away even for that. Because you move up 30 to cast something at 90, and in the process they move another 100 feet away because they're just.
Okay, Rog is arguing with Rock.
Rock is.
What about?
Well, Rock is only too eager to engage in said argument, regardless of what it's about, because yeah, she's just You can do no right at this point. It's your fault this dragon appeared, you know. One of you had to have, summoned it, or you stole something from its treasure and caused it to follow you here. This is all your fault, is the impression you get without her going so far as saying it.
Oh, okay, so Rog is arguing about where things go with Rock.
That's funny. No, this goes over here. This goes there. That goes there.
Thinking about it, considering that this dwarf woman's name is Rock, I'm surprised we're even able to actually see her.
And let me check.
Smell what she's cooking.
Oh, good God. Yeah, we did have a Goliath named Rock, who actually did the full Dwayne Johnson impersonation. Shout out to Jim if you're watching there, buddy. Gotta get you back in a campaign here soon. We were talking about it a few weeks ago. Amaya, are you also in pursuit of the camels?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna scooch on down here.
And I am
Rog.
going to use my bonus action to dash as well, if that helps.
Wonderful. So you've got move, action to dash, and bonus action to dash some more. So even with that, you're moving 30, 30, 30, so you're moving 90 to their 100. You're moving the fastest out of the entire group right now, and the camels are still just inching away a little bit at a time. And then as far as Connie, after the spell is unsuccessful, do we follow the rest of the group or stay with Moss to organize things?
So before I go, I'm going to go and ask Rock if the camels have any commands that they know. Do they have any, do they obey any verbal commands or anything? Trying to figure out if there's a way that we can try and get them to stop.
Gotcha. What is it from Young Guns 2? Atse! She does have her animal affinity with the camels, of course, considering they're panicked right now. That all kind of goes out the window. But you've been in the caravan for a couple of days that you've observed enough of these mannerisms on your own. Combined with what she tells you here, you're confident that once these things stop running away and you're able to kind of rally them under your control, they'll be easy enough to direct.
Okay, but there's no kind of halt command that they know.
There is. It's just kind of irrelevant at this point because the frightened seems to be the overriding condition.
Understood. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sure.
So yeah, I am gonna then start moving towards the camels with the rest of the guys.
All right. And Rock kind of gives a suspicious eyebrow to Moss 44's offer to pull the caravan all by himself. This is a big thing. I mean, it's like trying to tow a trailer. That's why there's as many camels as there are, but I mean, anything is possible with the dice.
I mean, Max just figures that he is a man made out of metal and wood, and not an organic creature, so he probably has some better strength and is less likely to get exhausted.
Possibly. It depends on whether your character actually grants those abilities, because I know Warforged and Gearforged are still kind of subject to the same exhaustion rules as any other character. We've had that experience with Justin and Valtherus before when we tried to look into the mechanics of it, because narratively you think, like, maybe I would have a way around this, otherwise you're kind of like, or mechanically wise, you're like, huh, I guess I'm just as subject to it.
Well, let me get my copy of Eberron real quick and then look into that.
Yep, in the meantime, I guess roll an athletics check and let's see just what we're able to muster here.
Sorry, 1 second.
Ba ba ba. Okay.
So how long have we been chasing these camels, Daniel?
This has been about 15-20 minutes now at this point in solid pursuit. And even though it is the winter season, it is a barren desert and the sun does still scorch pretty well out here. So we are not at that point yet, but some of us are kind of like, man, this is getting exhausting.
And they're still doing full movement? They haven't, like, slowed down a little bit?
They have not.
And they're traveling as one group, so they're all together?
Somewhat. They're all headed west-northwest, but they're not, like, all right next to each other.
Yeah, because it sounded like they were pretty organized.
Not
And
so much.
The terrain is just still, like, just full desert, no kind of ravines, crevasses, anything at all, or is it just flat open plains?
There are some mountainous rocky structures up ahead, maybe a mile or so, in the same direction that the dust plumes are pointing, so maybe the camels are running towards that, the nearest sign of cover, maybe?
Out of all of us, what movements have we got as a group? Who's got the best or furthest movement?
Well, I used my 40 and a dash, so I moved 80s so far.
Yeah, I'm moving about 80 right now.
And do you guys that have 80 have any ranged kind of like I have like entangle? Do you have anything like that? Like
My levitate spell is 60 feet.
No, they're just too far away still. All we can do is chase them and wait until they slow down.
Dang it. Okay.
I don't know how far I've been running. I did use stash, but besides that, I don't know how much that adds to my speed.
So that'd be 60 feet.
Yeah, it doubles it, so 60 feet now.
Can I use conjure mock animals to make loads of llamas to try and get them to come back?
What? What? What's the range on that spell? Or whatever you're trying to do.
You're gonna bully them back to us?
Oh, that wasn't what I was meant to do. Hold on.
Wait, what is she trying to
Oh,
do?
it's not very far. Okay, maybe not then.
Conjure mock animals. I thought she was making that up. That's an actual thing.
I was trying to look at it in the compendium, but for some reason I don't have access to the compendium. But I thought, maybe if I had like far enough range, I might be able to, conjure some llamas, some camels, and like get them to come back to me.
Well, just conjure something that runs really fast that can scare them and tell them to come back towards us, I guess.
I was imagining her summoning like some sexy female camels to try and lure in the male ones.
Yeah, Sarah, it doesn't look like that'll work because that's only got a range of 30 feet, so that means you can only conjure them and have them within 30 feet of you. So
Yeah.
they're more than 30 feet away.
Let's have each of you roll a survival check, except for Moss 44, who right now is in the process of, oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back.
I was gonna say the other part of that song that you made me think of, but that doesn't have what that part describes, and I don't think I should say that on a stream.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing? Oh, we still don't have some people back in the game yet. Okay.
Should we roll for them?
That's okay. I'll just take the average of what we have here. Oh, there's Exia. Very nice. So that's perfect. That's 6 out of 7, which is exactly what we're looking for. Uh-huh. All right. Well, the camel treks have led off the beaten path near these rocky buttes and into a small valley. Steep escarpments shoot up at sharp angles, rising to the flat butte that meets the skyline. So this is actually a bit of a nice reprieve here. You found a bit of an oasis and some shade from this blazing heat that even after 20-25 minutes of chasing these camels, it's just kind of like, ugh, this is nice. Even in November, finally, some cooler temperatures here. And towards the northern end of the entrance, another small caravan is resting by a small oasis, and their camels block access to the fresh water. At least they seem to be their camels. They're not wearing the same garb that your camels were. And likewise, we got this guy here. And also this lady right here. And as your group enters the valley, they just kind of turn and look towards you curiously.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and talk to the lady.
All
I'm gonna
right.
introduce myself to her. Hi, I'm Boomkin. Just wondered if you'd seen any loose camels running around here. We seem to have lost some of ours.
Oh. Well, matter of fact, I have. They darted straight up that path to the north there. Maybe 15-20 minutes ago. Seemed like something had frightened them pretty well.
Oh, okay. How strange.
I assume they must be yours if you're searching for them.
Yeah, they just kind of ran out of nowhere. Not quite sure what terrified them. She doesn't want to tell them about the dragon in case the dragon comes back.
Gotcha. Somebody call my name? Hi!
So anyway, I was just wondering if we could possibly just get some of the water that's behind your camels. We've been running for quite a while, and we're all a bit thirsty and a bit worn out.
Oh, but of course. I You know they can be a bit stubborn and unruly, but I'm sure you can find space there. Of course, it's everybody's water. And she just
I was
kind
Okay,
of
gonna
well,
say,
steps
I
out
have
of the
some
way
water
for you.
skin.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have some water skin stuff, but I wasn't sure if I ran with it or if I left it back in the caravan, like my dungeon pack or traveler's pack.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you have it on you.
More
You
than
should have it on
likely, yeah.
Okay, I have some
Occasionally,
water
you might
skin.
just be like, I'm going to leave stuff behind, but that's usually a narrative choice more so than anything. Weight values tend to not come into play very often unless I look at your sheet and I'm like, why are you carrying 6 sets of plate mail armor? Where are you keeping these? And,
yeah, I'm
there-
gonna squeeze through to get the water. I'm gonna pet the camels on the way past,
aw,
and hope they don't bite me.
it gives an affectionate little but also gives a little bit of an annoyed grunt that you're apparently going to have some of its water, because it was planning on drinking all of it. Apparently. These greedy camels.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna squeeze on through those dragons.
Yeah.
Not dragons.
Dragons! How did you know?
Connie's headed for the water as well.
Alright. Yep. Looks like all is well. It's refreshing, cool water. And drinking from it does grant a bit of something cool. Let's see. You have advantage on your Constitution saving throws against the heat for the next hour. And any water that's taken from this oasis also gains these benefits. So if you want to refill your water skins with this oasis water, you can bring this with you, but it does lose its benefits about an hour thereafter once it gets back to room temperature or area temperature.
Look, yeah, I want to refill my water skins.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna refill mine whilst I'm over here.
And it's a good thing too, because even after just a short jaunt through the heat here in the desert, your characters are pretty exhausted, or potentially. So let's see some Constitution saving throws in response to that. Everybody feel free to move on towards the water if you want, but you will have advantage on this con saving throw if you are doing so after having drank the oasis water.
Okay, where do I find my Constitution?
All your saving throws are going to be just to the right of your attributes in the
Oh, okay,
column.
yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to find your character sheets. Like, how do I tell them this? I can't find their sheets.
So I was going to actually dive into the water and use my unending breath to see if there's anything at the bottom, anything particular or special.
Interesting. Post that up for me, please. And let's just see. Whoa! Frog is like, I don't need no water. I drink dirt, and I'm still fine. And hold your breath indefinitely. That's awesome. Okie dokie. 14.
That's the shortest description I've ever seen. So get straight to the point.
Right?
While he does that, can I just? I'm going to use my psionic powers and telepathically tell Serrano and Boomkin if we should possibly kill them for their animals.
What? Possibly kill them for what?
Basically, take their camels, steal them.
Yes. Yeah.
To the nice lady that was kind to us? Wow.
It sucks to suck.
Oh wow. Boomkin's gonna be all over that plan.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Sarah.
yes, let's do it.
Well, if nobody else is going to...
Do it.
Connie is going to cast Detect Magic after she's experienced the healing powers of the water, just to see if she can figure if there's something special going on in the area.
Sounds
Ooh,
good.
nice.
It is, in fact, an enchanted spring. It's Uncertain where the source comes from, but it does have a permanent restorative and cooling effect about it that makes this oasis just a little bit extra special. And as far as under the water itself, as Kendrick takes a little dive there and comes back up a few seconds later, it's not an incredibly deep pool, but it does appear at one point in time somebody thought to use it as a little hidey place for a teeny tiny little metal box within which are 8 golden coins.
I guess I'll add that to my inventory, and then as I'm coming to the surface, I will fill my water skin with the enchanted water.
Sounds good.
Can I do an inside check on these people to see if they're sketchy?
Absolutely.
Are you about to call me an asshole?
I was. Thank you.
Cyrano is definitely going to help her out with that, because I thought this was going to be an illusion. I did not want to drink the water.
I will tell you, it was one of the cruelest things I ever did in one of my high school games. If anybody ever played AD&D First Edition, and you remember the Fiend Folio, there was a monster called the Throat Leech. Yep. Very first session, characters went out for their hike, for their walk, and they stopped at an oasis very similar to this. I prompted them, it's a little hot outside, you might want a drink. They all drank, they got the throat leeches, they all died.
Can I use my bolstered knack to succeed this saving throw? This ability check. Is it ability check? I'm not sure.
A skill check is an ability check. Post it up.
I imagine this was the response from your throat leech player.
You suck.
Very much so. The part that baffled me was literally that day when we were in school. I was talking about the throat leech. It's just like, this would be the worst thing ever because there's no way to avoid it. You drink the water, and I mean, old school D&D rules were very cruel. It was just, you do this, okay, you're dead. And if there is a saving throw, it's incredibly difficult regardless of what level you are. So I was just appalled that in like a mere few hours after presenting that, they're like, yeah, we'll drink the water. All right.
Jenny, I'll throw you a bardic inspiration. Roll a d6 and you can add it to your roll.
If you fail, you can use that, turn it into success. I don't know how limited your inspirations are there, Diego, but if they are in any capacity, no real need for it. Even with such a low roll, it's pretty obvious that she is on the up and up. In fact, as your characters are here enjoying the oasis for just a few moments, she starts getting a little talkative just about how she's heading into the next city. She's an apprentice mage and a diviner, actually, and she's going to be opening up a new tower, but she's heard that there's issues with some potential ruffians and thugs who've taken over the tower in the absence of a headmaster, so she's going to have a little bit of stuff to deal with there. Potential future quest link right there. But she's, even in the midst of these kinds of troubles, she's just kind of happy-go-lucky, just like, yep, this is what's going on, this is what I got to do when I get there. And then sell off these Campbells once I get to that spot. I only really need them to move my supplies from point A to point B. This guy here is a little bit more quiet. He doesn't really talk about himself or talk to any of you. He's just kind of observing what's going on. But he at least directs a smile at any of you if any of you kind of look at him. Connie moves away from him.
Could we ask her if we could use her camels to ride them to catch up to our camels?
Great idea.
You can certainly ask her that. It would depend on a persuasion check.
Oh,
I use danger sense?
Cyrano's all over that.
I was expecting a higher number.
I actually was expecting a higher one too. I thought I was proficient in persuasion. I'm not.
Well, no shit.
Nice. That was
Okay.
quick, Daniel. That was quick.
She's like, well, I mean, no offense, but if you've lost your camels already, I don't know why I would be inclined to loan you mine.
I'm tempted to tell her about the dragon, but I don't want to. I see Boomkin out of the corner of my eye, who doesn't want her to know, apparently, so I keep my mouth shut about it.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Actually has got his danger sense going on with Rog. Everything seems on the up and up. Neither of these people seem like they're about to spring an ambush. Neither of the camels appear to be ancient dragons, polymorphed or anything.
The camel just unzips its whole body and it turns out to be a giant freaking dragon.
And sometime between then and now, as far as Moss 44 is concerned, I mean, the rest of the group is just gone in the distance, and you can still see the smoke just slowly starting to trickle back down to the ground. And while the supplies are not entirely reorganized in a fashion that Rock finds fitting, they are all at least gathered out of the dirt, and your athletics check is not good enough to move the caravan, but between yourself, the extra workers, and Rock herself, you were at least able to right the fallen wagon of the two that you have with you. From this point, though, it's kind of just like, well, we're stuck here without the camels, so what you gonna do, brother?
I
So
suppose
Connie's
now I suppose now I shall go and meet up with my friends.
Yes, and please bring back my camels. We're kind of doomed here without them.
Understood. We'll be sure to do that. And I apologize for what has happened thus far.
Connie's gonna head over to this guy over here and see if he has any camel wrangling tips that might help us out, or any ideas about how we can catch up to the camels.
I'm gonna check for traps right in the entrance of that space on the top of the map.
Which way did we enter this area? From the top of the map or from the bottom of the map?
I'm guessing from the bottom, because in comes Mass.
Ah,
Yep, you've all been chilling here for a little bit, getting some water. I'm sorry, Connie, I kind of missed what you were saying there. Had a little bit of juggling going on. I know you said you were going up to approach this guy, and then I kind of lost track after that.
Sorry, no worries. Just to see if he has any camel wrangling tips or any ideas that might help us to round up our camels.
Wrangling tips? No, not really my forte there, friend. Kind of got just sidetracked here of my own accord.
Ah, so you're not part of this particular caravan then?
No. I'm oh god. Oh. Well, my ship came under attack and our escape pod crashed a few miles distant from here, and a number of friends are injured, and our leader is in fact dead.
That sounds terrible.
It's been an awful day. We do have some solace that Our boss has the resources that he can be resurrected. It's just these environs are not the place to go about it. So I've kind of been tasked with just trying to figure out what I can do about that, because I mean everybody's counting on me and our boss.
Wow, I mean, this makes our day seem peachy, to be honest. And I'm gonna kind of, to whoever's in range of our little gang, I'm gonna kind of see if anyone has any ideas, like, can we help this guy? Or do we want to help this guy? Maybe get involved a little bit. Or are we still on the camel hunt?
Well, it is
What's
what we
the
were hired to
consensus?
do. I mean, we could maybe do two birds with one stone. If Cyrano hears the story, and Cyrano's willing to help, I wouldn't ask Sarah though.
Poor Sarah's got such a
Well,
bad rep. She does announce
Broomkins
herself as
is
chaotic
pricked
evil.
up. Yeah, but Broomkins is pricked up when she heard alien pod. So she came wandering over to see what was going on.
Yeah, I mean the dude
I thought that
looks
might have grabbed some attention.
dude looks like a human, a Terran that you might find on any number of worlds. Maybe he's from this world. Maybe he's from Kryn, from Faerun. I mean, we've got somebody here who's a Harper, but we're not necessarily on Faerun here. We haven't established exactly what world we're on, but we do know that we're kind of a universal crew. We can come from feasibly anywhere, just like any of the other open tables.
So does this dude have a name?
Oh, my name? Yeah, it is, it's in my notes here. It's Bach. Bakiaka.
Okay, Buck. Would you like to join us on our ventures? I'm sure, you know, the older you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
You think you might be able to help with finding what I need?
I mean, I'm sure we could try. You know, if you can help us catch our camels, I'm sure we could help you resurrect your leader, your crewmates, and you know, whoever else might have perished in the crash.
Well, yeah, I could sign on for something like that. You all seem, I mean, hell, there's 7 of you.
Connie is visibly excited now by the opportunity to kind of be helpful and perhaps get some help for us as well.
Well, yeah.
Cyrano pulls Connie and Boomkin to the side and whispers in the ear that, remember, there's ruffians and traders and raiders in these areas, and he might be setting us up to take us to somewhere where it's an ambush.
Oh, but he seems so nice. And his leader and his crewmates and everything, they sound like they're really in trouble.
You're right, but be careful who you just jump in follow when you haven't met the person for a very long time. Just saying. Keep him a close eye on him.
Oh yeah, I'll be keeping a very close eye on old Buck over here. But you know, if he does one thing wrong, he might not end a very long life going on over there.
Real quick, I just want to say I like how Bach
Buck doesn't hear.
to remember his own name.
Yeah, exactly. I have
Oh,
so many
God,
people.
yeah.
I was like, I had to find his character sheet. I'm like, oh yeah, here he is. It's Bakiaka.
The fact that you said it while doing his voice still, though, just leads me to believe that Bach actually said that he had to look through his own notes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I do that very often. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking, especially when you're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Oh crap, what is this guy's name? Let me check my ID."
Hold on, I remember I have it sewn on the back of my underwear.
So let's chill out here with our new buddy for the next 10 minutes or so, while we stretch our legs, get a break, get a soda, get a smoke, whatever it is you want to do during our little halftime intermission here. And if you're watching, if you've been part of the RU for a while here, Group 3. Welcome to the Coalescence. See you
Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I need to go have a smoke.
Yeah, back in 5.
I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry.
Can you guys hear me properly?
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
We haven't heard you in a while.
Yeah, my PC turned itself off, and then as soon as I got it back on, it started doing bloody updates to it.
Right.
I hate that.
I feel your pain.
So lucky enough, I downloaded Discord and Twitch on my phone in advance.
Good
Yeah,
thinking, Batman.
that's how I was talking to Sarah while I was restarting my computer.
Right, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
You know, when HP made that joke about Grog eating dirt like it was nothing, I just remembered a scene from American Dad where like Stan was upset about how about how Steve was so afraid of everything and all that, and they were at the beach. So to prove a point, Stan just goes and chugs a bucket of sand.
I remember that too.
I remember that.
I also find it funny how you guys made like a joke about needing to get Mass some ale or something, and then literally previously I made a comic of Mass like trying kobold piss, and I basically give it the same result as the meme that was going around with everyone drinking the Grimace shake.
That's good.
So did you guys get like inspiration at the end of last session? I'm sure I heard something about how you can get inspiration through different platforms, but I wasn't quite sure what people meant.
Yeah, he said to click on the thing for inspiration on your character sheet.
Yeah, but did someone say that they had inspiration to grant and that they'd earned it somehow through something different, like not through Roll20 or? I might have misunderstood, to be fair.
No, it could be through watching films and all with HP and all, giving you ideas and all that.
That makes sense, like on his Twitch stream and stuff.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
I got an idea for a comic, by the way. I'm thinking I'm gonna draw up a comic where Connie has like her own baby, and Mask like asks if he can hold the baby, but then Boomkin just steps up behind him, puts her hand on his shoulder, and very like scarily looking, just says no.
That's the whole idea for the comic?
Well, yeah, because since Mask confessed to being a tiefling killer, it's like Boomkin isn't gonna let him hold a baby tiefling.
Yeah, now I get the
Yeah,
context.
that's true. He wouldn't let
Especially since in a previous comic, I had him doing the whole upsy daisy thing with one of Grumbo's baby sheep, and ended up throwing it up too hard and having it splat on the ceiling.
Did we find out what Mass's next memory recall was yet?
Not yet. He hasn't really had a chance to say that yet, actually.
Psyched to find out what it is.
I think Mass will probably say it as we're all walking along with this Bach guy.
I love the idea of it just being his idea of like casual conversation, but actually being something really deep. It's a very cool character arc. I like it a lot.
Thank you. And I'm sorry I keep asking this, but I'm gonna just ask one more time. Did you see the surprise I had at the beginning of the last session? And if you did, what did you think of
it? Are you referring to the outfit?
Yes, as well as the message that Mass decided to give out.
I did see it and I loved it. The outfit was excellent. And yes, I really enjoyed the message. In fact, as I was watching, I was like, got really excited and made my husband watch it as well. And he was not as excited as I was, but I was definitely really psyched. So thank you, Maz.
You're welcome. Yee. To be honest, it was good. The cosplay was almost not going to happen, because originally my plan for that was that I was going to get a full body silver suit and some karate gi to wear, but my mom turned it down, saying that I'm too overweight to be able to find a silver bodysuit and karate gi that would fit me, and even if we could, it'd be too expensive. So I just found a pair of silver gloves and a mask that I just Sharpied over, as well as a T-shirt that I had lying around that would match the colors to compromise.
But honestly, the silver arms were perfect because it was just like Maz's robotic arms. It was awesome.
Thank you. This group has really made me feel really good about myself, with how much everyone enjoys my art, role playing, and everything. So I've basically made it my mission to try and bring as much joy to everyone here as you've all brought to me.
Oh, I love that, and I'm so pleased. That's awesome. I'm so happy that we've made you feel that positive. That's really good, and you deserve it too, because this stuff's awesome.
Well, that's like the best part to come back to. Thank you so much for that, Mark. Appreciate you, man. Much love.
I'm back.
Thank you as well.
Yeah. Well, let's get into this then, shall we, and find out just how our coalescence coalesces with the coalescence. And yeah, who's gonna proceed through first? Who's taking point here as we head towards what looks like some kind of shrine area up ahead? See what we're
I'm
able
totally
to
following.
make out of
And Maya,
this.
did we find any? Were you checking for traps or anything? Did you find anything?
Oh yeah, what do I roll for that? I was checking for the tracks for the camels.
That would be survival. Well, fortunately, there were a half dozen of them plus, and it is pretty obvious that they charge through this area as quickly as they could. And just what little we can get a peek of through here of this, looks like some kind of shrine up ahead or a temple. We see some aging cream-colored pillars rising from a marble foundation covered with ancient crimson stains. Underneath the crumbling canopy sits the gigantic crumbling effigy of a Null god, clad in armor and wielding a vicious glaive.
Okay, I'm gonna like make my way up towards this new area. And then can I do like an insight check to see if there's anything like unknown about this place, like we don't already know, like any kind of like dangerous beings or anything?
Oh, hold up right there. For Cyrano has triggered something here. As just past the oasis, the path narrows, as if some primordial giant had tried to pinch shut the valley eons ago. The slope rises at a steady incline leading to the northern half of the sandy valley. And, yep. And as Cyrano steps into this area, the sand beneath his feet gives way. And as it collapses, you fall into an underground pit that is 15 feet in diameter and 15 feet deep. Fortunately, the sand cushions your fall and you suffer no falling damage. But you're now, like, pretty far down below everybody else, just like, shit.
Okay, bye, Cyrano.
It's nice
So-
knowing you guys.
So can I roll my thing?
And this, well, I would roll a perception check now, although it's kind of a moot point since the check would have been to spot the trap before Cyrano stepped into
Okay, well
it.
then there's no point doing that then.
Can I
I-
try to reach down and get him?
If we got some rope, absolutely.
I
And
got
let's
some hempen rope.
let's
yeah, I
roll.
got some hempen rope.
I've got some Hampton rope as well.
Let's roll some perception checks as a group in response to a different trigger here, though.
I don't like the sound of that.
Good. I like what I'm seeing already.
Where
Sorry,
do
did
I
not mean to roll twice.
where do I find perception again?
It
Oh,
should
found
be.
it.
Oh, perfect.
Assuming that we're going
Nope.
with the second roll, and Max's eyes are on point today.
Why would
I've
you
been
assume the
rolling
second
like
roll?
shit.
Oh, I think we're going with the first roll, ain't we?
Oh yeah, unless it's with advantage.
Yeah, balls. Okay, in that case, Max's eyes are not on point today.
Wait, can I roll can I use my platonic powers to re-roll that or to add to it?
I believe so. I think that's what. This is the ability you posted earlier that would turn a failure into a success. Yeah.
Yeah, if I roll a number that will make that a positive. But how would I be able to roll that? I think it's like a 1d something. A 1d6. Where can I
Gotcha.
find that down?
Let's see. Right here. Copy that right there. The /R space, and then type any dice combination after that, and it'll roll it right into the chat log. There you go.
Oh, so it just adds it to the 6, so it's a 9.
Gotcha. Not the worst, but thankfully Connie is quick to perceive that, yes, we need to get him out of here quickly. He didn't suffer any damage falling down, but it looks like the sand here is thin enough that the pit is already starting to fill itself back in, and he probably doesn't want to be in there when that happens.
Sacre bleu! Start trying to climb out.
Excellent.
Well, that's what
I'm gonna-
happens when you wander off on your own.
Well,
I just took one step. One
Connie's
step.
gonna throw down her rope.
Connie, roll an athletics check. Cyrano, roll an athletics check with advantage since you have a rope being tossed to you. And then let's see where we're at after that. We don't want to cluster too many people in here in an attempt to help, because then we might all fall in. Okay.
Just before I roll, if anyone has any inspiration they might want to give me for this, that would be I'd appreciate it.
I mean, roll fast and then we'll see.
Oh, jeez.
See, you didn't need it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she doesn't need it.
But a natural 20 this right here. Well, it's a good thing because Cyrano is kind of in a panic and having a hard time getting his hands on the rope and unable to really make any ground. But as he finally gets a decent grip on it, Connie just summons all her strength and pulls him up about a third of the way, 5 feet out of the 15. It looks like we're going to need... Oh, and in fact, you're a natural 20. That's going to double that. So you've actually pulled him 10 feet high. So it looks like we need one more successful athletics roll here to get him out before this pit fills up, which looks like we've got about 30, 40 seconds to do. So let's repeat those rolls there, both of you.
Can Rod come in and grab Connie and grab Amber and Polly at the same time?
Yeah, at this point, Connie's just like, little help, guys!
Well, yeah, Rog does try to get up in the way there, and I think Connie's checks are a good result of that happening in a very poor way, as we squeeze too many people into a narrow area, and they are unable to pull Cyrano out with the rope. But at this point, Cyrano is high enough and capable enough that he pulls himself the rest of the way. The question is, do you want to pull yourself over to here or over to here?
I'll join my team because that was the mistake I made.
All right, buddy. Yep. And our friendly lady down here is like, oh my gosh, is everybody okay?
Cyrano says thank you to his friends. Thank you, my friends.
I kind of just pat the sand off of him and say, you gotta be careful next time.
Connie's blowing on her hands like rope burn.
I apologize for not being of assistance.
So now we need to figure out how to get to the other side because somebody, not naming any names, Cyrano, made a giant hole in the floor.
You just named a name. Not naming names means not naming names. Jesus, Sarah.
You got me blacklisted from Hop Sings? She named name.
How big is the hole, Daniel?
It is a 15-foot diameter, 15-foot deep hole, so it extends.
Oh, so you can't even dump it.
It's pretty big, but even as we're standing here and discussing and laying /not laying blame, the sand is rapidly filling the pit back up.
So if
So
we
that's a
wait
good
long
thing?
enough,
So that's a good thing. Let it refill.
Maybe. I mean, it collapsed on you one time, so it might just do so again once it refills, but, I mean, it might be stable enough to walk over once it refills. Only one way to find out.
I say we wait for it to fill up and try again.
As
Can
we
we
wait,
take it?
I have something to share with everyone.
So what I would like to do is, from the back of the group, I'm going to take a running leap, and I'm going to use my Mingle with the Wind to jump over the pit.
Sounds good.
Cyrano gets out of the way.
Go ahead, fling yourself right over. Cool, cool. You got a bit of a better look over here, including on the other side of this temple. Looks like you found the camels.
And then I'm going to, as I'm kind of just levitating, I'm going to throw them my rope so that I attach it to myself to give them an anchor.
Sounds good. And with that, especially as the pit continues to refill completely over the next 60 seconds here, traversing to the other side is easy peasy.
Okay, then off I go.
Yep, looks good, looks good. Everybody's able to cross, nobody falls in. Everything is kind of one area now at this point, although it is technically 4 different areas just very closely clustered together, so worth some descriptions here across the board. We've already kind of focused on the temple and the busted effigy of the Null deity. Likewise, we have at the northern edge of the Western Dunes, the Camel's Rest, apparently tired from their escape. And looks like that is possibly a dead end, and that's just kind of where they've made their way. Over to your left, you can see the camel prints clearly heading off along these dunes. And the harsh sun is beating very high in this area as opposed to the previous area. So here we are going to nullify the need for a constitution save thanks to the cool water you drank earlier and the save you've already made. No need to suffer exhaustion at this point. Yep. What else we got over here?
Just to clarify, I am currently floating about 20 feet in the air with a rope attached to my waist, so anyone who needs me to scout ahead can pretty much use me as a floating hot air balloon.
Yeah, he has no ability to move horizontally, but you guys can certainly kind of pull him and push him along, certainly. The eastern dunes are flat sands stretching to the edge of the valley. Drought-resistant trees line the edge of the dunes, while the late morning sun glitters from the arid ground. And then further up in this direction, in the bushes, they line a tapered sliver of the sandy valley. A number of broken branches are scattered about the sand near the bushes, and some half-broken boughs still cling to their branches. And yep, since the time of the day that we have arrived. Yeah. Alright. So where do we want to proceed from here?
Hey Daniel, can we call the camels with whatever the words that are the caravan people used to call them over? Maybe they'll come if we call them.
It's possible. Might just work out.
So I'll do whatever call the caravan does. Like I whistle and see if they come.
All right. Roll your animal handling.
Mass is gonna try and call the camels over too, except he's gonna try and imitate an actual camel call. He'll go, bah.
Can I hold on to the rope that Kendrick is holding? And you said that he could only go up and down, not across?
Correct. So he kind of needs somebody to hold that rope and direct him at this point. The difference between levitation and fly.
Okay, if anything, I'm gonna tie the rope around myself and I'm gonna start heading off to the temple. Just in case the floor, I guess, gives out underneath me. He's gonna kind of keep me levitated where I don't fall.
Sounds good.
And I see Mass's attempt at a camel call went about as well as you'd expect.
Yeah, very true. It does appear that Cyrano got the closest camel's attention, though, as it just slowly lifts its exhausted head and starts to shuffle out of that little alcove.
Okay, can I do my conjure mock animal thing now and try and get them to come over?
I think we can try that.
Frog follows Amaya to the temple.
Yeah, can I also do that, but very carefully in her footsteps so that I'm on a safe path?
Sure. If the map is yours at this point, feel free to move out unless I call a hold, or if you happen to step on an API trap that will trigger something in the chat log, courtesy of Admiral Akbar, it will actually say, "It's a trap!"
Can I conduct an investigation check on the temple to see if I see anything, any traps, or anything that catches my attention that seems odd?
Sure. Merely serve, distraction.
I'm just expecting at some point for someone to just step on a pressure plate up on that temple area, and then the statue just comes to life and attacks us.
Would I be able to do a like a religion check?
Also applicable for the temple area. Sarah, in the case of your spell, which square are you trying to affect? Like, it's got a 30-foot distance, so, like, are you over here, over here?
Oh yeah, I guess I need to move closer before I probably cast that spell.
I wasn't sure if you were trying to drive them back into the alcove, or what we're thinking.
But no, I'm trying to get them to come out.
I thought
like,
maybe that was
making like more camels to get them like to come over to like where the camels are.
Sure.
So I guess I'm gonna move up closer to the camel that's like poking its head out, and then do it so I'm within the range of that camel to try and make more camels to get the other camels to come out.
Okay. This song has a very distinctive Final Fantasy feel to it.
Okay, I'm within 30 feet of this first camel here.
Gotcha.
I'm guessing that Connie's religion check didn't give her any information.
Yeah, that was pretty poor. You're like, well, like Captain America in the first Avengers, it appears to run on some form of electricity.
Yeah, she's like, yes, this is definitely a temple.
So,
All right.
From my perspective, do I see anything from my aerial view?
Nothing that is not obviously revealed already. You do see maybe a better glimpse of the camels in there, but at this point, kind of everybody can kind of see to some respect inside of there. You certainly can move like around, like over to here, like since Amaya is tethering your character, you kind of have a bit more freedom of movement in that respect. And let me
Mass is
check.
like,
Oh, go ahead, Mass.
sorry. Mass would like to take a looky-loo over at that statue and see if he can identify it. Because ironically, the amnesiac robot is proficient in religion.
I did roll 17 on my investigation.
Yes, you did. Here we go. Okay.
Actually, do you want me to roll for religion or investigation?
I would say religion. We've already got a good investigation roll here. Well, inside the statue itself, Amaya spots something very, very interesting. It appears to be that the Null God's eye is actually a crimson almandine garnet the size of a large grapefruit, probably worth a hefty chunk of coin. Meanwhile, Moss44 is playing the sidekick from the first Mummy movie, who is just, this is cursed, that is cursed, I would not touch it if I were you. And while we are pursuing that angle, we do have two characters kind of wandering over to the bushes area. And at the same time, we also have Boomkin casting her Mock Animals spell, which, just as a test, roll an animal handling in conjunction with that, Sarah.
And what animal did Sarah conjure?
More camels. But can I use an inspiration to try and re-roll that? Because that's not great.
Well, are you sure you have enough inspiration?
Yeah, I might do.
I might.
You can
I might
stack
have it.
inspirations? I didn't know you could
I'm
stack them.
at tier 3, yeah.
You might, Rabbit, you might.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, I'm going to take the second roll that I did with my inspiration.
Bam! Oh, yeah. She stacks inspiration. She gets an epic boon. Her character
Sarah's-
regenerates 3 hit points around. Ultra supporter.
Sarah mic dropping her tier 3 swag in
Yeah.
front of everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you
one,
could
you
if you
know.
were tier 3, Diego.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah, Diego, if you were tier 3, you could have stacking inspiration.
All right, well, here go the camels. They are scattering. Seems that the mock animals have drawn a few of them out. The one in the back, however, seems a bit more panicked in response. And the reasoning for that becomes clear as, yeah, it appears that we have unlocked a couple of beasties up in this area in response to the motion of the camels. Similarly,
Mass can make out one of them slightly out of the corner of his eye.
let's see. Oh, that's what that is. Yep. Okay. And then over here in the area of Kendrick and Rog, we have a, yeah, there's a few things over there. What in the world?
Can I, like, lasso these camels so they don't run away?
That is certainly an option once we get into the initiative, absolutely.
Mother of God, we have to face off against the dreaded number 4!
Can I untie myself from Kendrick since he's kind of gone off to the side?
Can you do what now?
Untie myself from Kendrick because I was originally tied to him.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. If he's kind of drifted off into that direction, I mean, you can certainly let some slack on the rope as well and keep tied to him if you wish, but you can also just be like, yeah, this is not what I'm in for.
Something tells me, thinking about it, that Max is going to be able to unveil his new memory by the time the session is over.
Hey, Daniel, what are these things? Could you describe them again for me?
Oh, that's all incoming here shortly. I'm just making sure I've got everything ready.
As she unties herself, I just float up to space. Like a balloon.
Help!
You're the movie Up, yeah.
Yep, off in the distance. Okay, so first and foremost, we have my leg. We have triggered some sand that is suddenly swirling beneath the camels, tendrils of the sand reaching up to pull them into the ground. We can best refer to these things as desert slimes. And these are... I'm on the wrong layer. Yep. That's a fair representation of what we're looking at there. Just replace that terrified dude with a terrified camel. And then over to the side, we have... We got some vultures that seem interested in your activity here and are coming down for an investigation and perhaps a little peck or two upon your characters who have wandered into their territory. And looks like Mama Giant Vulture is also present over here, ready to kick some ass.
Protect the camels. That's #1 priority, guys. That's our payday.
So I'm gonna get our initiative sequence going. Remember,
Sarah, you should send your mock animals into the tendrils of the thing so it eats the mock animals instead of the real camels.
I mean, they will have like 1 HP.
Exactly, but that's the who cares? They'll waste their turn eating those fake ones.
I care because they're my camels.
They're fake. They're fake. They're just conjured.
They're
not even real.
Camels.
They're expendable, though.
They're expendable.
So are you.
Damn, that's cold. All right. Fair enough, I suppose.
Don't mess a boomkin.
Would you rather one of the real camels die and then you don't get paid?
I mean, I get to keep my camels, so...
No, you don't. They'll disappear as soon as your spell runs out.
Yeah, but they're there for now.
Vultures up. Let's get the big one. Okay, I think we have an initiative set up here for us. All the way at the top with a mighty 22 is Amaya. And then following that, we have those desert slimes that are going to likely attack the camels since they are the closest targets, so that's bad news. After that, we have Kendrick floating away into the ether. We have Cyrano chilling out down here, thankfully not surrounded by anything. Following that is Moss in the center of the temple area, warning about curses. And following that, we have the vultures, and then Boomkin with her spirit animals. Rog, who is all the way up here by his lonesome. Mama Vulture. And all the way at the bottom of the initiative with a mighty 3 is Connie. So let's get this this show rolling, and Amaya, you've got the top spot.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna do the psychic blades, and I would assume that the sand tentacles, is that like a animal, or is that just like an effect, like that sand is just bringing them down? Like, is this something I can hit, and would I know that?
You can see the camels that are struggling, but I don't think from your angle you have line of sight on the monsters themselves just yet, so it almost looks like maybe from your perspective that the camels are kind of falling into another one of those pit traps that you encountered earlier.
Do I have a line of sight for the vultures, especially the mama one?
Oh, definitely. Clear line of sight, everything to the east.
Okay, then I'll just use my psychic blades for the mama one.
Okay.
So what would I have to roll?
Let me check. There should be an attack block, hopefully, built for it. Short bow, I guess not. I guess we need to roll, or I guess we need to create an actual block for that since it didn't do so. In the meantime, I think we can use the short bow attack. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it all looks identical, just about. Range is a little different, but we can kind of fudge that. And the damage would just be psychic instead of regular piercing.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay. Oh,
Wait,
click.
I have to roll for... What do I have to roll before I roll for an attack? I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Click the short bow itself near the top center of your sheet, and that should do the entire attack for you. There you go. So 15 to hit for 9 piercing damage. Well, good news. This thing's armor class is a 10. So the arrow, or the psychic blade in this case, is true. And in this case, we're looking at 9 psychic damage. So after all is said and done, that's about half of its total health.
Sweet. Then I turn over to my comrades and I'm like, come on guys, we gotta get these monsters out of the way and save the Campbells.
Did you want to do any movement beyond that, or are you going to stay where you're at?
No, I'm staying where I'm at. I'm not touching that sand.
Okay. Well, up next are the Desert Slime. And let's just see what they've got in store. Wow. I mean, the 10 is actually a hit because the camel has a 9 armor class.
The poor camels.
Not sure why it always defaults to don't roll damage. We want it to roll damage.
Oh my god, that camel. So
Oof. Oof. So yeah, one camel is just dropped. Not quite dead, but dying, as the case were. And that'll bring it over to Kendrick, who is over here.
Which camel is that? Which camel is that got hit so bad, Daniel?
It would appear to be the one with the red dot.
Oh, I can't see that from where. Oh, I can't see that guy from where I'm standing. That's why.
So yeah, for Kendrick's turn, what you thinking?
Sorry, I'm still getting used to the push to talk feature.
No worries.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unsheath my chain sickle and I'm going to whip it around my head and attack the closest vulture and try to latch it onto it with my sickle to give it a little bit of an anchor, if you will.
Okay. A T3? Are you serious, Sarge? Oh my gosh. Dude, that would be so awesome. Whoa! 21 to strike. Okay. Are you doing northwest or southeast? They're both equidistant. Aha! Okay, and it has just a tiny bit of health left as it lets out a loud squawk in response to being struck by your sickle.
And I'm going to spend a key point. So as I anchored my sickle into it, where I can pull myself closer to it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to pull myself closer to it, and for my bonus action, I'm going to spend a key point and do Flurry of Blows.
Alrighty. Unarmed strike number 1. Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, that finishes that one off, so second attack maybe on this one. Do a back kick on it or something in midair. Dope! Hey, how about that? Its armor class is only a 10. Dish out a little respectable bit of damage there.
So that was my bonus action, that was my action. I'm going to kind of just like use the momentum to get back onto the ground from my first attack so that I'm not floating anymore.
Okay. Just take
And
those
that's my turn.
wings off your character, and we'll pass the torch over to Cyrano.
Okay, Cyrano's gonna move 40 feet. Okay, I move my 40 feet, and I'm going to cast Sleep on all the small little vultures. So I'll target it right in the middle. It's 20 feet radius. So I'll target it right in the middle, and I'll try and put all the vultures to sleep. I think I might even hit the bomb.
I think so. Yeah, radius is going to give you a pretty good impacts on there. Does it affect only enemies, or does it affect all creatures, though?
Ooh, I'll put it up in the chat for you.
Wait, did Cyrano go in the right direction to cast that spell?
Creatures.
I'm trying to get away from them. I'm going
Okay,
to
I just want to make sure.
On my next turn, I'm going to go help the camels.
Sorry, I know right now I'm being that guy that like reminds the teacher that we have homework. I'm sorry.
So it says creatures within a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, it looks like it hits everybody, but in ascending order of hit points.
Maybe I'll set it then. Maybe like in the middle of the trees, like in here. Maybe there's a way to put it so it doesn't hit maybe this guy, but I'm sure Rog will take care of him. Is that
We
okay,
can,
Daniel?
yeah, we can do that so that it won't hit all 4 of them. That's fine. Go ahead and click your sleep attack block if they built one for you. That should roll the 5-die-8. And let's see how many we get. Oh, what is that?
That's terrible.
2, 3, 1, 1, 5. Ew.
That was terrible. Okay.
The good news is these things have very low hit points, and Kendrick did just enough damage so that yes, and yes are all going to fall asleep. And because they are all still in the air, they've not yet taken their actions. They're going to fall asleep and then fall to the ground. So they are going to wake up after taking the damage, but the falling damage might just kill them.
Let's see, how high up were they?
They were 20 feet. So, boom, boom.
Wow, that turned out to be like a
Boom.
fireball.
Yeah, it did. Just put them to sleep in midair, and they crashed to the ground and died on impact. Mama still had plenty of hit points, though. That was actually 12 hit points exactly. 5, 5, and 2.
Perfect.
That worked out
Watch
just
out for
well.
the Sandman.
Ah, yeah.
Okay,
So,
that's my movement. That's my action. For bonus action, I'll throw a Bardic Inspiration to Rog, so he can. Rog, you can roll a d6 and add it to your attack to hit or damage for that last one. If you, I don't even know if you're gonna need it, but maybe if you want to go for the Mog, I don't know. I'll throw it to Rog.
yeah. I'll put a Bardic Inspiration icon on his token, and we will send it over to Moss for his turn.
Alright, so since Mass has caught a glimpse of the Sandy Boys over there out of the corner of his eye, he's going to go ahead and book it as far as he can over towards the to the nearest sand creature, which, since he has unarmored movement, his speed is now currently 40 feet.
Yeah, we need to get up there to help the camels, so that those bad guys don't attack the camels but attack us instead.
Now, as a bonus action, it's time for Mass's picture to make sense, because I am going to use a bonus action to use a key point to initiate the arms of the astral self. However, in doing so, every creature within 10 feet of me, meaning that one camel off to the side is going to get caught in the cross. Actually, no, 2 of those camels are going to get caught in the crossfire, I'm afraid. Sorry. They'll have to make a dexterity saving throw or take force damage equal to 2 rolls of my martial arts die.
Ow!
So you're gonna sacrifice the camels
To save the camels.
to kill a sand dude.
Task failed successfully.
Hey, yeah, I mean, killing the camels is one way of saving them. So it's a dexterity save from each of these 3? Is that what it is?
Yes, and my key save DC is 12.
Well, look at that. I rolled a 10 and an 11. And then, of course, the monster is going to roll like a 36, I'm sure. Oh, an 8! Well, at least you got it as well.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and roll my martial arts die real quick. Hang on.
All right. I just see this going. Okay. At least the camels are somewhat resilient.
And as Mass activates his arms of the astral self, he's going to say, "Engage 666 Kill Chop Deluxe." But hang on, I see you going up there in the turn order. I haven't done my attack yet.
Hey, keep on going.
Because with the arms of the astral self, if I make an unarmed strike with my arms, the astral arms, I have an extra 5 feet in terms of range. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack the Sandy Boy that is 10 feet away from me.
Sounds good.
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Alright, time to punch some sand.
What?
I forgot that clicking on things also does the roll for the
Gotcha. Well, I'm high enough. You successfully confused me, so.
Sorry about that.
Damage immunities. Okay, well it has no immunity or resistance to any of that, so let's start taking damage. There we go. Looks like it has a massive bulk of sand here, though.
Time for a day at the beach. That's what I say whenever I get the sand ability in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Anyways, with that attack, I'll end my turn.
Alright. Oh, you done pissed off Mama Vulture there as it flies its full movement and descends upon Cyrano. And realizes it doesn't have reach for its attack and has no additional movement. So it's gonna perch up here a little bit with a action dash, and that'll be its turn. As we will then pass it over to Boomkin.
Okay. So none of the camels are dead, right? Like
none
didn't accidentally kill the camels.
Correct. They took a little bit of damage and almost looked at him like, dude, what the fuck? But this one right here is the only one that's currently unconscious.
Okay.
In the words of Thanos, a small price to pay for salvation.
Yeah, you watch yourself over there, Mass. I got some spells for you. Anyway, I'm gonna move a little bit further up.
I would say I'm shaking in my boots, but Mass is barefoot, so I guess he's shaking in his robotic feet.
Okay, I'm gonna target this dude here
Okay.
with Boulder Toss.
What? Boulder toss? Gotta see this.
Level 2 spell. It's a concentration though, so concentrating on this will dispel your other spell that you cast last round.
Yeah, that's fine. They can go. That's fine.
Okay. Take an action to hurl a rock. Yep. Your hurled rock has this. Yep. Deals 2d10 bludge. Oof. Well, 16 definitely hits. Not the greatest damage, unfortunately. But we'll take it. And it needs a strength save or to be knocked prone. It is in fact immune to the prone condition, as it is just dirt. It has no discernible up, down, left, right, need to stand kind of thing. But it does take the damage.
Okay.
And
So
it looks...
The sand guy's like, the sand slimes are like, wait, where'd you get that piano?
Alright, and anything with a bonus action or any additional movement?
I'm just looking. Okay, so the camel. Hold on. I need to check the range on this. Okay, so the camel at the back that's almost dead, I'm going to use Healing Word as my bonus action.
Woohoo!
That's exactly what I was gonna do. Well done, Sarah.
Not to be a rules lawyer, but can't...
Then shut up! Because I already thought of what you're gonna say, so shut your mouth.
I'll say it again. Where'd you
Are
get
you
that
about to call me
piano?
an asshole?
Also, the wording is any creature, and I believe the camel is a creature.
Go ahead and post the spell. Just as always.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to, but it's asking me what cast level that I'm putting it at.
It would be either
put level
1
in.
or 2, depending on which
put- yeah.
level. Yeah.
Okay, well, then 2, obviously.
Sure. And then creature your choice you can see. Yep. No effect on undead or constructs. The measuring tool is on the left taskbar there, Jenny. If I don't know how many ticks down, but you should see a ruler. And then if you click that, you can measure. Just make sure when you're done to click back to the arrow at the very top. Otherwise, when it comes time for you to move your character, all you're going to do is drag the ruler across the board again and be like, why can't I move? It happens to all of us.
Thank you.
For sure. Healing word, die 4 plus spellcast. A 6 HP boost. Bow. Alright. Well, that camel scrambles back to its feet rather quickly. The unexpected recipient of a magical healing spell. It's going to be bragging about that for the rest of its life. Dude, you guys ever had magical healing? I did!
Okay, that ends my turn there.
Alright. And Rog is over here. There is a vulture still hovering about 20 feet above your head. So I don't know if you got something to throw or shoot at it, or what you might do here.
Well, I move this side. Is reckless a bonus action?
What about the bonus action?
Is reckless a bonus action?
I don't think it's any action. I think it's just a declared part of any attack, and then it has its pros and cons.
Okay then, so our rage.
Yep.
And then I'll chuck a javelin at it.
Alright. I love when melee characters come prepared with some ranged options, because otherwise it sucks when the dragon shows up and the barbarian's just like...
Nice roll, Rog.
Very nice roll, and these things have exactly 5 hit points, so pow! You skewered it midair, and your javelin falls somewhere over here next to Kendrick, who's landing right about this time.
Nice. Rog, don't forget you still have that bardic inspiration, but I wouldn't use it for this turn. Save it for the next turn.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'll save it for the next turn.
And any additional movement, you still got, what, 25 feet of extra move if you want to get out of the...
Yeah, get over here, man. Get over here.
Yeah, definitely don't need you over there anymore.
You know, thinking about how Mass ended up hurting the camels that he's trying to save, that also made me think of the line of Lord Farquaad from Shrek, where he's like, some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
And that it for you, Rog?
Yep, that's it for me.
Alright. Connie, last but not least, welcome back to the table.
Awesome. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to move up to Boom.
Fling Twins, activate!
Sorry, screaming baby on my lap as well is not helping.
Oh.
So I would like to use my cantrip Produce Flame and
Okay.
then fire that at the big mama vulture.
Gotcha. I mean, where's the damage? Definitely a hit. I'm kind of thinking, screw that noise and up arrow, enter, and let's see if something better happens. Oh my gosh! It just doesn't want to roll any damage for you.
Jesus!
What the fuck is that? You know what? It looks like it looks like an 8 to me.
On the description, it says they have to roll 1d8, so I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and it keeps rolling the d8 for you, but it's ending up with a 1. So, it looks like an 8 to me, though. We'll dish out some damage here. And, let's see. Anything else there for you?
No, that is it for me.
Alrighty.
Daniel, when do the camels get to go? Don't they get to run away and move?
The camels go at the top, at the very bottom of the initiative. So between Connie and right now is, in fact, when they would try to move.
They need to run away.
Oh yeah. This one, considering that it was knocked out and let go, is free to move, and I don't know, it's got some kind of self-preservation here. Wisdom check. 16! Fucking A, it does. It's going to actually disengage and just kind of slowly skirt the side here. This one, on the other hand, that just got punched by Moss and it doesn't know what it possibly did wrong, is just going to book at double speed. Screw this! I am out of here! And it's going to come head-to-head with our buddy Bakiaka, who's just like, whoa! And hopefully that'll be enough to stop it right there. 2 of our camels here are grappled, however. So they're going to need to try to break free before doing anything else. Up, up. Yay and nay. So the one up here is going to break free and run away and provoke an attack of opportunity in the process, which might just re-grapple it. And not only does it re-grapple it, it knocks it unconscious.
No!
So we got another camel down here. Goodness gracious. Let's put
Meanwhile, the other camel who's being grappled and just got hit with a wave of spiritual energy is like, what the heck is going on?
Who needs the soundboard quote for it? What the fuck did I do wrong? Tell me! And one more wisdom check from a camel. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Wisdom of 9. I think that's decent enough to merit self-preservation. It is still a bit of a... No, that's the wrong way. 10, 15, 20. Don't mind me. Excuse me, Mass. I'm coming through. Just disengaging here. Don't mind me. Oh, hi guys. I got a little more movement, so I'm about to get really clustered here. And,
just gonna scooch on through here, don't mind me.
Yep, that's it for the camels. So we will now move it over to Amaya, back at the top of the initiative.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 30 feet, which would put me right here. Unless I would have to be either on top of somebody or... Because I want to move the full 30 feet, but that will land me around here. Can I just stay here?
You can occupy the same space as somebody. It's just if you try to attack while doing so, a lot of times it's a disadvantage because there's too much elbows bumping and what have you.
Okay, and then I'm gonna, since I can't move further, I'm gonna hit the Mama Vulture again with the Soul Blade.
Okay.
Let's see. So I'm just gonna do the same thing using a short bow.
Okay.
There we go.
And that will actually finish it off up there on top of its perch. It will not have an opportunity to descend.
And that's my turn.
Alright, and that's it for the vultures. So up next are the slimes.
You are dead. Not a big surprise.
Okay, well, we're gonna let go of the one that we just assaulted, and in fact, we're gonna drag it down into a pit of sand. I don't think it's gonna be worth it. It might break some of our computers, so that is effectively what's going on up here. The camel that broke free of its grapple, but then ran away and got knocked unconscious. This thing now creates a quicksand type effect that drags the camel down below the sand. You can still see part of the camel, unconscious as it may be, still kind of sticking out of the sand. But it looks like unless some immediate intervention is effected, this camel is doomed. The other one, however, I'm going to scooch in just a little closer. Yeah, mass is being a pain in the ass here. I think we're gonna launch one of these your way. Oh, jeez! Does a 16 hit?
Just one over my AC, so yes.
Alright, so looks like the damage is 6 bludgeoning and 1 acid.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hit there for sure. And we'll send it back to ground level over here for Kendrick. Yeah, I don't know how to do the T3. I know it is a bit of a hurdle, but definitely much appreciated for anybody who takes that for sure, because it's very helpful across the board. So what you thinking there, Fane?
Oh, I forgot that it was my turn.
I admire your honesty.
So what I'm going to do is, how tall is that pillar?
Which one?
I'm guessing the one he's standing on.
Oh, you're standing on one of them right here. Gotcha, gotcha. That pillar is about 10 feet high.
So I moved 30 feet. I'll use my 10 feet of movement to jump up onto that pillar.
Okay.
And I guess because I can't really do anything right now, I'll start whooping and hollering to kind of rally the camels to get back information.
Go ahead and animal handling that, see what we're able to get.
Can I give him an inspiration?
Oh, good gracious. You certainly can. It would be a reroll on that, I would recommend. Quick
Yeah, reroll
shortcut.
it.
quick shortcut, if you don't want to open up the character sheet and navigate to that again, go to the chat log, up arrow, enter. It'll redo the last thing that you did. Especially handy if you're a barbarian with 3 attacks and you're just swinging the same great axe 3 times in a row. Enter, up arrow, oh, blah, 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 blah. 20.
Well, that was an inspiration well spent.
Oh, very much so. Well, the Campbells do not get an interrupt turn here, but it does appear that the ones who are out here and attempting to flee are a little bit more willing to be brought under some form of order.
Real quick, I just want to let you know that it's almost 4 o'clock where
Yep.
I am. So if we happen to get to Mass's turn by that time, I'm gonna have to take Mass's turn and then get going.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to get everybody's turn done in the next 7 minutes here because I'm in a similar boat. So let's pass it over to Cyrano.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. All good.
Give me 1 sec. Okay, I'm going to... maybe I can hit him from here. I'm going to go into melee with the tentacle monster.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack... Yeah, I'm going to attack.
All right.
And I'll do Hex as a bonus action, so I'll add the Hex too.
Okay. Drop that, drop that. This thing's got a lot of hit points, it looks like, but you guys are slowly chipping away at it.
That's it. That's my turn, guys.
Okie doke.
Sorry, ignore my spell.
All good. Standing right next to Cyrano right there. What you got, Moss?
Well, this Sandy boy ain't fixing to have that much HP for long. Mass sees that this boy's looking mighty hungry, so he's gonna dish out a triple helping of a ghostly knuckle sandwich.
Bop, 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 bop. Wow. Where's the damage?
Okay, so assuming that you're not going to give me a pity roll, because I doubt you'll find it fair enough to give 2 players pity rolls for that. I'm going to go ahead and then spend a key point, so that I'm going to have 1 key point remaining, so that I can go ahead and whip out the flurry of blows to do 2 more punches.
Oh yeah, I thought that's what you meant by triple helping. That's why I didn't give you the pity roll too. I figured the other 2 would help make up for 1 bad die roll. There we go. Decent chunk of change taken off there. This desert ooze is looking pretty nasty. Might be getting pissed off now that you're damaging it even more. Any movement on top of that, or are you going to stay where you're at?
I'm going to have to stay there, because I don't think I can squeeze my way past Sandy Boy. Although it does look to me like Sandy Boy number 2 over there is just having a gay old time.
Oh yeah, he's having a good one. Attacks of opportunity, though, only work if you exit the foe's threatened space. Technically, bump, 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 bump. You can do that all the live long day, and that thing would just watch you walk in a circle around it.
Alright, then I'll go ahead and just move enough to where I get into a space in between both the Sandy Boys to see if I can draw the attention of the other one.
Yeah, also get into a flank position for you and Cyrano going forward against this one. And whoever else happens to occupy the space you just left, Boomkin, that's over to you.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to like near this dude.
Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and start packing it up. And I'm gonna keep things going real quick, but I'm gonna start packing it up now that my turn's done.
Good deal, buddy.
I am going to use poison spray as my action. On this dude that I'm stood next to.
Uh-oh. Hopefully it doesn't hit anybody else.
Well, never mind.
Oh, good. It's only against one creature. I thought it was going to be like a cone.
No, it's just one creature.
Okay. I was like, yeah, that sucks. We're all of a sudden going to poison the camel behind it, too. Like, yeah, we don't like you. 5 poison. Does this thing have any poison resistance? It does not. Ironically, sand can be poisoned. FYI.
Okay, and then for my bonus action.
Okay, looks like it does need a con save, but yeah, go ahead with your rest of your action there. Oh, it failed its save.
I am gonna use Blood Smite as my bonus action.
Whoa!
What?
Never heard of that one. Next time you hit with a melee attack, it'll do some extra damage. So, yep. Poison spray. Okay, so I think we're going to want to put some kind of icon on your character here. I'm going to put the little bleeding token there to remind us that you have Bloody Smite coming into next session. And then I think, what was the last concentration spell you cast? Because now this is going to supersede that one.
That was my my boulder toss.
Oh, that's right. The good old boulder
Yeah.
toss. In case you wanted to move over here and start tossing some extra ones. But yeah, we'll do the blood smite
Well, yeah,
here.
I don't have any movement this time around because I used most of it.
Gotcha. Or I guess any of these could have qualified as well. Just looks like any boulder, any rock that you pick up becomes a heinous boulder attack.
Yeah, but you know, I wanted to get my my other spells in there first.
I dig it. Well, okay, let's see what Rog has going on over here. He's got this song stuck in his head, courtesy of Cyrano.
I move close to the one where my arsenal is.
Alright. Hug around the wall, scooch into position.
And then I rage again. Or actually, I still be raged.
Yes, sir.
So I attack with my great axe.
Okay.
Sorry,
That's
I gotta
good.
get going.
That's good.
I gotta get going, guys, right now to get ready for dinner tonight. But I'll keep the stream going and stuff while you guys finish up. Thanks for letting me play again today.
Absolutely, pal. Have a good night. Enjoy your
See you
dinner.
later.
See you next time. Have fun.
Have a
Y'all
good
as
dinner.
well. Thank you.
And that's a hit from Rog. Solid damage. If that's it for you, we will pass it over to Connie for the final turn of our session today.
Yep, that's me all done.
Okay, so I would like to cast Heart Strike as a bonus action.
Very good. Advantage on ranged attacks. Nice. Wow.
And then I'm going to follow that with Boulder Toss. And
Ah!
use the boulder as my missile.
Nice. Everybody's just picking up these rocks nearby and... Oh! Crunch. Well, we've already determined they
Sorry,
can't be
quick
knocked
surprise.
prone, but they do take the full damage. 13 damage. Ouch. And this one is looking all kinds of jacked up here. And I think that's sufficient enough. Given what we've done here, yeah. I think just to keep things all fair mechanically, let's have Amaya actually take her turn at the start of the next round. Just to see how that goes.
You want me to go now, or are you saying for next time when we start?
For right now, please.
Oh, okay. Well, since I have comrades within 5 feet of the enemy, can I do sneak attack and then just do the same psychic dagger?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, first I'm gonna move a little bit over here.
Okay.
Wait, let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that hit or not.
Damn, that's a natural 1.
But I still have my stackable inspiration. So I will give another one to Jenny.
Very nice.
So I click it again?
Nope, we'll just use the 18 instead of the 6, because the 18 is good enough. I mean, go ahead and roll it again. Maybe you'll get a natural 20. See? Look at that.
Yeah, we'll take that second low roll.
We'll take that. And let me do a little quick adjustment on your character sheet. Yep. Okay, click that attack one more time.
Same thing, short bow?
Yep. There we go. Now the sneak attack is factored into the attacks there, so we don't have to roll it separately. We'll use that 7 sneak attack plus the 10 damage you did on the natural 20, and that will cause this desert ooze to explode in a puff of sand that is briefly choking to everybody who's nearby it.
Sorry, guys.
And
it's fine.
Regardless, had you done that or not, you had sufficiently battered these oozes into contemplating easier prey, so their next actions right after Amaya's initiative were going to be to disengage and burrow and get the F out of here. So you've killed one of them, meaning that that is no longer an option. The surviving one, however, is going to do just that, leaving the unconscious camel still kind of like half buried in the sand. And assuming...
Well, I guess we'll come to that next time.
Right. We will, I'm sure, certainly be able to get the camel restored and freed of its temporary stasis next time around. In the meantime, we'll send it back to the start screen, on the stream screen, over to the ending screen. And heck yeah, I know it is not, it's still not obvious how we tie into the Coalescence, but eagle-eyed players will definitely notice the connections that have been made here, specifically with our friend Bakiaka and his quest to restore life to his dead captain. There's mention of it in the Discord Coalescence channel itself. There's a lot of reference to it in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night in the tables themselves. So definitely somebody's bound to make that connection here very soon, and they will announce it to the server. I will not spoil it for that person who's like, "Oh my God, look what we found!" So we'll just leave that for the time being. But rest assured, we are into the thick of it now in the Coalescence with G3. G4 is going to pick that up here in a few hours as they take their level 11 characters back to their level 1 character selves and find out just what's going on here in the real world and how it attaches to the Tuesday night Ultra Dracolich plot that we've still been trying to finalize. Hope y'all here in G3 had a good session here today. I had a lot of fun with each of you. Welcome back, Emma, and welcome Dan to the table for the first time.
Oh, thanks so much, guys. It's been really good fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's great having you guys.
For sure, I enjoyed it.
Pretty interesting. Great job, everyone.
But
Grazie,
we never
grazie.
found out with Mars 44's memory. We didn't find out about that yet.
Oh yeah, still got a bit more to to reveal in that respect, I should say.
I'm sure we'll
Oh,
find
yeah.
out next time.
Yeah, for sure. Are we 2 weeks again, guys?
Yep. Next Sunday we'll be back to Sunday G1 and Sunday G2.
Awesome.
Catch you next time around, friends. We're gonna take a few hour break here to recharge our batteries and get Group 4 underway. And we will catch you back around in a few hours, friends. Take it easy. Are you with us?